All right, how's it going today? All right, today's a Monday, just another manic Monday. They just had to handle a situation that happened over on Friday, really over something that it shouldn't even be had to be made a big deal about. Turned in some statements or whatever. There's some people that going to be dealt with. They say that things are handled with decency and order. And that being said, I like to talk about Kyrie Irvin today. Okay, there's some things I have to do where I probably actually do have to look up some articles, write stuff down, and there's certain things I think that I can look up. I can talk off the top of my head based on certain experiences. Maybe I could put some biblical scriptures in there, okay, and just from a corporate mindset and from just life experience and being around, traveling around the world. All right, I think that I don't know everything, but I think that I've been around long enough to where I know that there's some type of truth to what I'm saying. Okay, the NBA is a multi-billion-dollar business. Okay, and these medias like ESPN and Fox and these different ones, okay, is really all about making make these ratings. So why? So they can be able to keep a job. Okay. Now I do believe in truth and I do believe in freedom of speech. Okay, but I've had some revisions about that very recently because telling the truth, I believe that can at times have this repercussions. Some people are not ready to receive the truth, okay, because hey, the truth is harsh. The truth, uh, does hurt. But when you're in the corporate world and when you got contracts involved, sponsors, you have lawyers involved, and deals and lawsuits involved. Now, I think it's a thing where you have to be very selective about telling the truth because really, they really don't want to hear it. Okay, and it's either got to be you have to decide if you want to decide if you're going to be revolutionary or corporate, or you have to concentrate on your craft. All right, I saw the article about Kyrie Irvin, and he mentioned about or he was asked about the word YAHWEH and also spoke on, I guess, this movie about Hebrew Israelites. Spoke on about it. And for what I remember, I guess he answered the question about the effect where YAHWEH was the true God, which he is. And he was basically expressing the fact about he was embracing the fact that, he was an African and he was, and one of the true chosen people, all right, that the Israelites were the true chosen people. And he spoke on that. He didn't want to speak anything about, let's say, white Caucasian Jews or anything, okay? He didn't want to compare. But that's what one of these so-called woke pundits in that press conference tried to do with Kyrie Irvin. Now, he's up for contract. He's been a very difficult character, a misfit kind of, a very complex person to deal with. I guess between Boston and Brad Johnson, the coach at the time, seemed like he was very difficult to deal with him, and also about New Jersey, the New Jersey Nets, all right, where he had opted out on the medical decision, all right, for his personal reasons, okay. And it seemed like these things, you know, going up against the grain intentionally or unintentionally, but it seems like these things turn around and they come up when it's contract time. All right. But I really think that that pundit was set up, or maybe, I don't know, he was trying to pull something similar like Kanye West to get Kyrie to say the wrong thing or say something that's going to stir up tension to where the NBA either will part ways or they're going to try to slide them down to the bottom of the totem pole. And again, I've mentioned this before, all right, to where when you're in the corporate world, you really have to be selective in your words. I learned that when I was, in the military. I know that we're in the age of information and so forth, but I hope that you understand there's a time when to do it and when not to do it, okay? He wasn't talking about somebody that would, or maybe like make the Kanye, maybe statements like Kanye West about white Caucasians, where he said it, okay? He was, he didn't say it, all right? Was mentioned about the true African people. That was it. And I thought that Kyrie expressed himself very, very well. He was able to use discernment, but it kind of seemed like this is a thing where the media wants to really make a big deal out of this. Okay, the NBA's just started 2 weeks ago, and they really don't start gaining momentum on their ratings until late February, March. All right, when the final 3 or 4 teams are battling to the playoffs. Okay, but you really have to be careful. Especially you look like me, like Kyrie. Now he's definitely behind enemy lines. Okay, based on I think that going against the grain over the last several years and what he chooses to do, his choices. Those were his choices. So, but that I'm just saying when those contracts come up, all right, or when you're trying to set yourself up for success, I'm not saying don't speak truth, okay? But all I'm saying is use discernment here, okay? And I think that, again, that's what something that Kyrie Irvin, I keep calling him Kanye, that used discernment, okay? He was able to use his brain, okay, over his emotions, and was able to speak, I'm saying, very elaborately on that. And I commend him for that, as you should, even me, all right? Which I'm, learning how to do as I make these videos as time goes by. And as I get older, I try to incorporate some wisdom. So let me know what you think about this video here, okay? And I think this is something, like I say, that's souped up bigger than what it really is, or it should be. And feel free to like, subscribe, share, Cash App $Winston Spivey if you want to donate. And thank you for your time.